Mark, 30 seconds until airtime on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner. On my next mark, it'll be our final time cue at 15 seconds. Mark, 15 seconds until airtime on the Liberty Flames Sports Network. Have fun.
The following is a presentation of the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner. Live from Mellow Mushroom in the Cornerstone District in Lynchburg, Virginia, the Liberty Flames football show is on the air. Your chance to hear from Liberty head football coach Jamey Chadwell comes your way on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner. The Liberty football show is presented by Freedom First Credit Union. Start banking with Freedom First today. The Liberty football show is also brought to you by Bojangles' famous chicken and biscuits. It's Bo time. Carter Bank. Life lived full. Coca-Cola, taste the feeling. By Foster Fuels, providing reliable service for 100 years. Lynchburg Nissan, nobody beats our prices. Nobody. Rogers Heating and Cooling, servicing Greater Lynchburg's HVAC and electrical needs. Thompson Brooks Insurance, planning today for tomorrow. And by the United States Space Force. Have a question or comment for one of our guests? Email lfsn@liberty.edu or post a message at LFSN Radio on X, formerly known as Twitter.
Shotgun snap and a pitch around the right side to Von Blue to the 10, the 5, a cutback, and he's in the end zone. Light him up. Touchdown, Liberty, Von Blue.
Now let's talk Liberty Flames football. Here's your host, the voice of the Flames, Alan York.
And a great Thursday night, everybody. Welcome inside Mellow Mushroom tonight for our weekly Liberty football show with head coach Jamey Chadwell, presented by Freedom First Credit Union. My name is Alan York, your host. Liberty will be at home against JMU on Saturday. And for a special welcome into the show, we've got special guests, including the Spirit of the Mountain Marching Band. All right. Thank you to Dr. Larry Sipe for bringing the band out here today and his staff. The Liberty cheerleaders are here. Sparky's here for this hour extravaganza as we talk Liberty Flames football. We've got special guests including Trey Lawing from the Flames defense and Ethan Crisp from the Flames defense as well. We'll talk to them in just a little bit. But let's bring in our special guest, the head coach of the Flames, Jamey Chadwell. Coach, how you doing here tonight?
Doing well. It's great seeing everybody, band and the cheerleaders and Sparky. It's awesome.
What a great kickoff to this weekend. JMU and Liberty battle for the Blue Ridge. 3:30 kickoff on Saturday. All right, Coach, before we talk Liberty football, it is a special day for your family. We've got a birthday to celebrate. Tell us about it.
We do have a birthday to celebrate. It's always a special day, in our family, but my lovely wife is turning 25 today, and so I told her I have no better place to celebrate than Mellow Mushroom with you
and the Liberty football
and
show.
The rest of the Liberty
That's
fans
right.
there. And so she's pumped about that. So I think we probably can sing her a little happy birthday.
Well, let's do it. We're going to be led by the pep band here, and on their cue, happy birthday to Solmaz. Here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Solmaz. Happy birthday to you. All right. Okay, happy birthday to Solmaz. Glad to see your family out here, Coach. All right, JMU week, it is here. Well, lots to unpack for the show here tonight. If you'd like to send us a question, you can on our social media channels on X at LFSN Radio. You can email us, lfsn@liberty.edu. Also, for you watching the show here tonight on our YouTube and Facebook pages, you can comment a question on the side comment section there. All right, Coach, coming off the ball game last week at Bowling Green, we'll kind of put that one to bed first. 23-13 setback to Bowling Green. But as you talked earlier in the week, a lot of points have been left on the field last 2 weeks, and I know you guys are working hard to get that shored up.
Yeah, it's obviously very frustrating in the way that, we've had opportunity there last week to put ourselves in the lead early on, and, you get a penalty, get points taken off the board, or we do it again, get points taken off the board. And then have some other big plays and get taken away. I thought our defense played really well for all 4 quarters, but we didn't do a good enough job offensively or in the special teams game, kicking to give us a chance to win that game and come away. We talked, among the staff. Unfortunately, we've had 8, if you count 4th down stops, 8 turnovers in the last 2 games.
Right.
And then we've had 3 missed kicks or 2 missed kicks, that are points. So we've had 27 points off the scoreboard that could have been our way, and then those turnovers just killing drives and putting our defense in a bad position. But yet, I told our team, in the 4th quarter, we still had a chance to win both games, and so we're not far off it. But we got to stop, beating ourselves in certain ways. Coaches can live with losing. It's no fun, obviously, but if you're playing your very best that you can. What's more frustrating than anything, even if you're winning, is you're not playing up to your best, and because that there's more out there, and that's the thing that our focus has been on, is just fixing those mistakes that are just killing ourselves.
I think the fans are probably wondering some officiating calls, and we're not here to talk about the officials, good, bad, and different, Jamey. But I do want to talk about a couple of them, including the field goal that went over the upright and not inside of it, like you talked about in your media session on Tuesday. The run first half by Ethan Vasco, he dove, he collided helmet to helmet. What's the explanation there? Everybody's thinking targeting. Was it not? And if not, what were the indicators there?
If you do not slide, which he didn't slide, he sort of dove. If you do not slide, this is from the official, then he is not defenseless.
Right.
And the only way you can get targeting if you hit the ball carrier with the top of your head.
Yeah.
And he hit him in the helmet with the side of his helmet, not the top, and so that's why they said it wasn't targeting.
Okay.
Which, you can agree or disagree. I'm more of a does it look like targeting? Does it feel like targeting?
Right.
And the head official would agree. He said we need to make that a targeting call, but by the rule of law, it's not targeting.
Okay.
And so that was that one there. And so it's unfortunate, but I guess we need to slide.
And the field goal that went over the upright and not just inside was indicated no good.
It said that if any part of the ball is not on the inside, it's no good, which again, that's I guess more on me. I need to know completely the rule. We were always told that it goes straight up, if it goes over it. And they told us it has to, if any part of the ball is not on the inside of the goalpost, it doesn't count.
Nobody asked you post-game. As soon as we got on the airplane coming home, specialists sit right in front of the radio crew. And Max Morgan, your kicker, said, I had that ball. And we're talking about the onside kick at the very end. Any explanation there from the officials after the pileup?
They said that they recovered it. That's what he told me. He said that that they recovered that. And, again, from the sidelines and everybody looking, we had the ball. But they said that their officials said it was that Bowling Green had the ball.
Okay.
And so, and whether we agree, there were some calls that, you send in calls after the game. And say, hey, can you please explain? Why is this called holding, vice versa? And two of those that took the one touchdown off the board and the big huge conversion, they said, hey, we shouldn't have called those. Mm-hmm. He said, and so it doesn't make you, hey, it is what it is. But end of the day, we're getting those. We have to stop getting those, whether we agree with the officials or not. They're calling them, and so we got to do a better job. But that's hurt us, obviously. When you're we're struggling to move the ball consistently because of those things. Man, everything matters, and we got to do a better job there of not getting those penalties and not making it close where the officials can make it a determination of a game.
How about your offensive line at Bowling Green? didn't rotate as much, if at all, against Bowling Green. How did that group make out? I haven't checked the PFF grades yet, and that's different than how y'all grade it. But how did that group perform, do you think, on Saturday?
Yeah, we had some injuries, and this was the first time in our 3 years that we've played only 5 O-linemen.
Right.
They played the whole game.
Okay.
We had some injuries and then also we have some guys that's really not playing up to the level that they need to play, where there's a trust factor in there. And so there were some positives with that group, but obviously there were some negatives, whether it's penalties or we had some mental errors that cost us on some certain things. And so we're not playing as well as we need to consistently up there, and I think that showed up, and especially in the last couple of weeks when you're driving the ball, when you're doing things, you have to have consistency. And we've had a couple long drives in the last, if you look at 2 weeks, 16-play drives, 17-play drives, where we do some good stuff, and we're able to show we can do it for 17 plays. But then we'll get in other moments and we'll run 3 or 4 plays and we'll have some mental errors or some of those things. And just the focus those guys need to do. We've got some guys playing out of position because of the injuries. That's part of it, right? You have to shuffle around. But that can't be an excuse. You got to do your job, and that's the thing that we've told our guys is you got to be accountable to doing your job and doing it well, not just doing it. You got to do it well. But I expect them to get better as time goes. We need to hurry, truthfully. We need to hurry up and get better there. But we will.
And how about the kicking situation? Jay Billingsley, Braden Beck both have had opportunities. How did the workouts go this week?
Yeah, we're going to trot Jay back out there this week. We every week we do, and I don't want to say necessarily a competition, but we kick about 3 times a week as far as having field goal opportunities, and we're almost 4. And putting guys in position and different things, and based off of this week, just the consistency throughout the week. Jay was more consistent than Braden right now. We're in a hoping there that somebody will come through and just be consistent, because it has hurt us, and they know that. It's not they understand that, and they're doing their best. And you miss some. There's nothing wrong with we understand you're gonna miss some, but we've missed some easy ones. It's like those layups. You need to make your layups. Yep. And I think we've missed some layups that those guys know that they should be making, and that's the challenge there. But they're working. They work hard every day. The hard part is they know they're not out there much. You don't know their names unless they miss, and they've missed, and they know especially that we're not performing the way that we're capable of, and they know that when they're out there, those points are meaning something, and they've not been able to produce. So they're upset about it as well. They want to do that for their teammates, and so they're working. They're working hard to produce, and I expect us to go out and be better. You
wanted better everybody to the ball, gang tackling, if you want to call it that. Did you see that better at Bowling Green?
Yeah, I thought we rallied to the ball extremely well. I thought we did a great job from a special teams rallying to the ball. We didn't have near as many missed tackles, from that game, and so I thought our guys played harder. I thought they were physical. I thought they kept us in the game. They did a good job of rallying ball, and that's what you got to be. You want all 11 to get to the football, and if we do things that we're coached to do, and again, if we're doing things we're coached to do, and somebody is better than you'll shake your hand and move on, right?
Right.
All day long. But when you're not doing those things, that's where you're fresh. But I thought our defense played really well. I thought they rallied to the ball, the thing we just got to step up. We got to create turnovers. We mentioned we're turning the ball over offensively. We've not created any turnovers in the last 2 games. And in college football, you got to hold on the ball and you got to take it away from somebody else. That gives you the best chance to win, and we're not doing that together. And so that's been our big approach this week, is continue to chase the football, but we got to get the ball out.
We're getting started here tonight on our weekly radio show brought to you by Freedom First Credit Union. Still to come, we'll got student athletes Trey Lawing and Ethan Crisp will join us here in just a little bit. We got one more segment with Coach real quick before we take a timeout. We'll get his thoughts on JMU and then let him get some dinner. But want to remind fans again about Memories on the Mountain, opportunities to get better, maybe closer to the action, if you will, on a game day, including video board shout-outs, helping Liberty with the team walk through the indoor facility, maybe starting the Flames quarter. There's a red button in the press box you can push to start all the festivities of that. It's called Memories on the Mountain. More information is available by logging on to our website, libertyflames.com, or calling our ticket office at 434-592-5015. We'll take our first timeout here tonight. Another couple minutes with Coach when we come back. This is Liberty Football, presented by Freedom First Credit Union on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
It's bow time. It's not just football season. It's tailgate season, and that includes every kind of football, whether it's got goalkeepers or goalposts. The kick is good! Because it doesn't matter where or how you tailgate. When you've got crispy chicken and fluffy buttermilk biscuits from Bojangles, your tailgate is better than great. It's legendary. Head to Bojangles and order your tailgate box with boldly seasoned chicken, fixins, biscuits, and legendary iced tea today. It's bow time.
At Carter Bank, we believe life is best lived full of opportunities and dreams, of goals achieved and promises kept. We've been creating opportunities for more people and businesses to prosper since 1974. That means great local lending, convenient access to your money, accounts and guidance that make it easier to get more done. We are Carter Bank, the preferred community bank of Liberty Flames Athletics. Visit carterbank.com to learn more. Member FDIC, Equal Opportunity Lender.
You're listening to the Liberty Flames Football Show, presented by Freedom First Credit Union on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
Thousands of our teammates make and deliver 300 of the world's best brands and flavors, locally. From the heartland to the coast, in big cities and small towns. Our products are moving, and our trucks are rolling. We share a passion and a purpose, and we love to refresh and serve our communities. We are Coca-Cola Consolidated, your local bottler.
What's important isn't that Freedom First has been in business since 1956. What's important is how we've been doing business since 1956. Since day one, we have been accountable to our members, not stockholders. We make loans that cost less, offer savings plans that pay more, and give back to our community, and that hasn't changed. What has changed is our ability to serve you with more locations and more technology to simplify your financial life. Freedom First. It's a place where anyone in our region can bank for good.
Hi, this is Alan York, asking you to join the team as a member of the Flames Club. As a Flames Club member, you can make a difference by directly contributing to the success of Liberty Athletics. The Flames Club's mission is to raise the financial support needed to provide our coaches and student athletes with the resources to compete for championships. Membership levels vary and begin at just $75. Some gifts may even be tax deductible. When you join the Flames Club, you're truly investing in champions and championships. Join today at libertyflamesclub.org.
Welcome back to the Liberty Flames Football Show, presented by Freedom First Credit Union on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner. Have a question or comment for one of our guests? Email lfsn@liberty.edu or post a message at LFSN Radio on X, formerly known as Twitter. Now, once again, here's the voice of the Flames, Alan York.
Hey, back inside Mellow Mushroom tonight for our Liberty Football Show with head coach Jamey Chadwell, presented by Freedom First Credit Union. Great start to our show. The Liberty Band is here. The cheerleaders, Sparky's still floating around here somewhere as we have a big, they're all big, but sometimes these in-state non-conference games can be a little bit bigger, including JMU, James Madison, coming to town on Saturday, 3:30 kickoff. First matchup between the Dukes and Flames since the 2014 FCS first round playoff ball game, won by whom? Your Liberty Flames, 26-21 up in Harrisonburg. That was a great ball game. And, Coach, they're calling it, Battle of the Blue Ridge. And these matchups will go all the way until 2040. When you heard about this series coming together, what'd you think?
I think it's a great thing. I think one of the things when we went to Conference USA was that there's not anybody really close to you from it right now. You can develop rivals, obviously playing teams, but there's nobody relatively close. Yeah. And you don't play a lot of the teams anymore that you played in FCS. And so to be able to bring that game back, I think if I'm not mistaken, it started in 80. I think is when it started, right, the rivalry there. Yep. And so to bring that game back, to have it set up over the next so many years. for our fan base. I mean, easy travel back and forth to both places, both well-respected programs across not only this region but in the country because of the tradition and the history of the programs. It makes too much sense, and so I think it's a great thing. Anytime you can get on a bus and travel, I think that's great too. I think it's a big deal. And so, we're looking forward to it. It's obviously our first one, and we're looking forward to the rest of them as well because I think it's awesome to have a rivalry and have something to a trophy that's created for that. I think is a cool thing. You get to win an actual trophy for winning a game. You talk about winning trophies. I think that's a cool thing. I grew up in Tennessee, so Tennessee-Kentucky was a big rival, and they played way back then over the beer barrel. When I was younger, it was the beer barrel, and it had every year on there.
Yeah.
And so all these games that are rivalry games across the college, they play for some type of trophy or whatever it may be, and now we're a part of that. I think that's an awesome experience for our players and our fans to be a part of something. You get a chance to celebrate and a rivalry that goes back for a while.
Yeah, speaking of these rivalry games, I'm thinking of Arkansas, LSU. They play for the Battle of the Boot because the outline of the states looks like a boot, so that's what they do. Just one of many.
Paul Bunyan Axe. Somebody plays for that one.
Yeah, in the Big Ten. Yep. And so here's what's going to happen. 10 matchups over the next 16 years. Liberty will go to JMU next September, and then there's a hiatus until 2031. And then 31 through 34, they'll be home and home 2 times at each place. Another hiatus to 2037, and it'll end in 2040. So I look forward to all those matchups here. Battle of the Blue Ridge, Liberty, and JMU. Quick take on the Dukes before we let you go get some dinner.
They're very talented. They've got one thing, they got a lot of older guys, that's played a lot of football, that's been at that place for a while. They do have some transfers, but they have a lot of older guys that played a lot of football. From in all areas, if you look at O-line, running backs, tight ends, receivers, the quarterbacks, then on defense, they've basically got a star, somebody that's a great player at every position. Every position. And they've got a lot of good players that have played a lot of football together. They're tough, they're talented, they're a physical group, they're confident. And so it's a big challenge for us. They're obviously coming off a bye week, so if they were banged up or anything, they got a chance to get healthy. 2 weeks to prepare for you, so you're sort of behind the 8 ball already as it is. Put in that we've struggled, the last couple of weeks just finding our way, and so it's a big game for us, because regardless of who you're playing, you want to just play well, and that's the main focus. We want to go win this football game. We want to play well and win this football game. But I just want us to play well, ultimately, play the type of game that we know we're capable of, and let our players see that if we play well, what good things can happen.
It's Liberty, James Madison, Battle of the Blue Ridge. Coach, thanks for being here. We'll bring you back up here in about 30 or so minutes. Enjoy your dinner, and we'll talk to some of your student athletes here coming up.
Sounds good. Thank you.
It's head coach Jamey Chadwell with us here tonight, talking Liberty football. The Flames 1-2, taking on James Madison coming up on Saturday at 3:30. ESPNU nationally televised, a TV broadcast, and worldwide on our audio broadcast through your Liberty Flames mobile app, libertyflames.com, and, of course, our Journey statewide radio network. We'll take a timeout here on our show, and coming up next, we'll be joined by linebacker Ethan Crisp, and he'll tell us about the ball game last week with Bowling Green and the team's thoughts as we look ahead to James Madison on Saturday. This is Liberty football from Van Wagner.
Turn up the heat. Foster Fuels is a proud partner of Liberty Athletics. Fostering warm moments for 100 years, Foster has been providing exceptional propane and gas services throughout Central Virginia and surrounding areas. From propane to fireplaces and tank installs to tankless water heaters, Foster does it all. Visit fosterfuels.com or download the app to order fuel, pay your bill, and more. Get the customer service you deserve and turn up the heat with Foster Fuels and the Liberty Flames.
Lynchburg Nissan's model year in sales event is on, and the savings are huge. Remaining 25 models are tariff-free and have 0% up to 60 months. Discounts up to $7,100 off MSRP, and new cars starting at $18,950. Lynchburg Nissan is ready to pay up to 130% of fair KBB for your trade, too. We also offer guaranteed credit approval. Inventory is limited and selling fast. Stop by or schedule your appointment at lynchburgnissan.com, home of the million-mile warranty.
You're listening to the Liberty Flames Football Show, presented by Freedom First Credit Union on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
Rogers Heating, Cooling, Electrical, and Plumbing. Your certified Generac backup generator experts. Online at callrogers.com.
The light from a star can take millions of years to reach Earth. So when you look at a star, you're looking back in time. But I see the future. I see exploration and courage. I see my country finding new horizons out there. And I see giant leaps making a comeback. I see myself. The future is where I'll make history.
This message is brought to you by the United States Space Force. More information is available at spaceforce.mil.
Thompson Brooks Insurance has been serving Virginia for over 35 years, helping individuals and businesses with their insurance and investment needs. The team at Thompson Brooks is experienced in understanding Medicare, retirement planning, life insurance, the healthcare marketplace, and group insurance benefits. Call Thompson Brooks Insurance at 434-385-8500. That's 434-385-8500, or visit them online at thompsonbrooksinsurance.com. Thompson Brooks Insurance, planning today for tomorrow.
Have you downloaded the Liberty Flames mobile app? If not, what are you waiting for? The Liberty Flames mobile app is your lifeline to Flames athletics. Get the latest news on your favorite teams, find upcoming schedules, buy and download tickets to the next game, listen to podcasts, and hear our online Liberty Flames Sports Network audio broadcasts.
Pass caught into the end zone. Light them up. Touchdown, Liberty.
It's all on the Liberty Flames mobile app. Download it for free from your mobile app store today. Welcome back to the Liberty Flames Football Show, presented by Freedom First Credit Union on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner. Have a question or comment for one of our guests? Email lfsn@liberty.edu or post a message at LFSN Radio on X, formerly known as Twitter. Now, once again, here's the voice of the Flames, Alan York.
All right, just about halfway done here on our Liberty Football Show, presented by Freedom First Credit Union. Each show, it just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and we got a packed house here tonight as we talk Liberty football till 7:30. Liberty and James Madison will match up on the on the mountain on Saturday. Our fans didn't like when I said James Madison. We are starting to hear some boos right now as the Dukes make their way down I-81 here to Lynchburg. 3:30 kickoff, and our pregame radio coverage starts at 2 o'clock, and we can watch it on ESPNU, but the game is sold out. How about that? It is going to be fun. I mean, JMU will bring some fans, too. That happens on road games, but it's going to be a fun matchup as we renew this series with the Dukes. We heard from Coach Chadwell. He's enjoying some dinner right now. It's his wife, Solmaz's birthday today. We sang happy birthday to her. And this time of show, we always bring some student athletes on. And our first one here tonight from the Flames defense, Ethan Crisp. Let's welcome Ethan here to the show out of Mount Juliet, Tennessee. Thanks for coming out, Ethan. When you got the text from me yesterday or a couple days ago about coming on the show, what'd you think?
Yeah, I was excited. I was just ready to go when you texted me. It was no-brainer that I was going to hop on.
Well, thank you for
Yes,
doing
sir.
that. And there's so many ways to access the show. You can listen to it. You can watch it. And you told your mom and dad about it here
Yes, sir.
tonight, so they're
Yes, sir.
watching right now.
Yeah, they should be.
Who is watching? What are their names and where are they back home?
Yes, sir. They're back home in Nashville.
Okay.
Mom, Dad, my little sister. So.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
give us the names.
Okay,
here, Ethan.
Rachel Crisp,
Okay.
Jacob Crisp,
Yep.
Addison Crisp.
Awesome.
Yes, sir.
What do your mom and dad do back home?
So my dad's he builds and installs cabinets, so he does a little bit of carpenter work as well. And then my mom's a dental hygienist.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Does your dad want to come to Virginia? Because we're thinking about doing some extensions of our cabinets in our kitchen right now.
For sure.
Real talk. We'll talk after the show.
Okay.
All right. So, James Madison, let's just start present day. Again, these two teams have not played in 11 years. They're separated by 90 miles. I think everybody you talk to around here, and even the few interviews I've heard about the James Madison fan base, they're excited to rekindle this series. And both teams, obviously, you weren't around playing in the last time they both played, but what does this ball game, and it's the next one, I would expect you to say it's the next one on the schedule, but what does it mean in the locker room to be playing James Madison again?
Yeah, it's great. You know, not being able to play them in 11 years, I think it is. You know, it's great to rekindle the rivalry, and you know, they're not too far away from us, so it's nice to get an in-state team that we're able to compete back and forth with, and you know, we're excited to get this thing back started again. So, do
you have any acquaintances on their team?
I actually played with one of their tight ends, Logan Kyle. We both played at Vanderbilt together.
Oh,
so
wow.
yeah,
and I've got my depth chart here. There he is, right there, number 18.
Yeah.
And so, wow. Do you remember when you met him for the first time?
I do. Yeah.
Is there any story besides being teammates at Vanderbilt?
Yeah, I mean, we had a couple classes together. He's a great guy.
Yep.
One of my good friends from Vanderbilt. Yeah, I'm ready to go compete against him.
And your offense, or your defense, he's offense.
Yes, sir.
How much playing time does he? Does he play a lot?
Yeah, he plays a good bit.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
I got his stats here: 3 catches, 38 yards. He's played in both of their 2 games. So wow, if you tackle him, what do you think that's going to be like when you bring him down to the turf?
It'll be fun. It'll be fun for sure. Maybe a few words exchanged.
Maybe.
You know? So
a couple of respectful pats on the helmets. All right, let's go back to our huddles or whatnot.
Right.
We're joined by Ethan Crisp here, Liberty linebacker, who's one of the players of the week, as voted on by the coaches. Dexter Ricks, one of the secondary players, was also a defensive player of the game last week. And Trey Lawing, who we'll talk to here in just a little bit. All right, Bowling Green, last couple of weeks, the easy thing to say, Ethan, is left a bad taste in your mouth. And points were left on the field. Defensively, you guys are playing really good football. So collectively, through the first quarter turn of these games, take us through the defense and how you're feeling right now.
Yeah, it's great. I love to be able to work with those guys, every week. And, they do a great job communicating. We do a great job working together. They make it easy. So it's when everybody's on the same page and you're able to play fast and physical, it makes things a lot easier.
Now for you last week, 3 tackles, a tackle for loss, and one of the best passes broken up in that game last week, getting out in coverage on that near sideline, which was occupied by the Flames. And you talked to me about, okay, I'm linebacker now, but you played some safety back in high school.
Yes, sir.
What was your size in high school? Because obviously you have the linebacker build.
Yes, sir.
But safety-wise, what kind of was your size back in high school?
Early high school, I was probably 6'2", 6'3".
Okay.
Maybe 190, 195 pounds.
Okay.
So, yeah, I was a little bit leaner than I am now, but, yeah, bulked up, moved down to linebacker.
Good muscle.
That's right.
So getting back in this defense, you got to be versatile.
Right.
And to be able to cover out in space. Take us through that particular play that we're talking about where you got on your sideline and knocked that ball away.
Right. So, I was going to cover him, and, I was taking him down the sideline, just jumped in his hip pocket. I see his eyes get real big, so I know the ball's coming. So
okay, that's your key then.
Yep.
Okay.
Turned my head, and, there it was. I wish I would have got my head around a little sooner. Maybe I could have picked it off.
It away.
Yeah, right. So
thinking back, too, and you kind of put the Kembe Mutombo finger. You said, not today. You're not going to catch it on me. Go back to last year, Middle Tennessee State. I remember interviewing you after that game.
Yes, sir.
And maybe it had to do with you kind of going back home, if you will, and you had a great game at Middle Tennessee. What do you recall about that game? And you just – when you play well in defense and helping your defense out,
right?
What does that mean to a defensive player?
It's great. It's great. We're able to, work as, we have 11 pieces to a full unit. And, when you do your job at a high level, the players are able to come to you.
Okay.
And when they come to you, you have to be able to make them. So, yeah, it was a great opportunity, and I'm glad I was able to, execute when my name was called.
Joined by Liberty linebacker Ethan Crisp here tonight. Our radio show brought to you by Freedom First Credit Union. All right, this team 1-2, entering James Madison. We've talked about the Dukes a little bit and this defense, and offense has left some points on the board. But it's the defense's responsibility. Coach has talked about it, some of those quick change opportunities when it doesn't go the offense's way. How does that mind frame go into, okay, maybe you just got off the field on a third down stop. Oh, we got to go back in. I know you guys work on it in practice. So this quick change opportunities, I would think you got to be ready any second of any play on the field, right?
Yeah, we're ready, and when we do get a sudden change opportunity, I think we're excited about it because it gives us another opportunity to show what kind of defense we are, to be able to stand our ground and get the ball back to our offense. So yeah, I think we have a little bit of excitement when those sudden change moments do happen. I see some of the T-shirts, Ethan, that say Red Smoke on it, which is kind of a nickname for the Flames defense. What does that mean to the defensive guys when somebody's yelling out Red Smoke, let's go dominate? What does that mean to this defense? Yeah, it's just the culture and the attitude that we bring to the defense collectively, and the energy that we play with. We feed off of each other. So, it definitely helps the culture and definitely helps, the energy that we play with, and then we're able to feed off each other in that type of way too. So, yeah. All right, let's go back home a little bit. Mount Juliet, Tennessee. Born and raised there? Yes, sir. Okay. Being introduced to football, how did you get into the game? Yeah, so I actually grew up playing – my first sport was baseball. Okay. Grew up playing baseball, and then I played football next. Right. And then I really liked the contact aspect of it. So I think I started when I was 7 or 8. Yeah. My dad introduced me to it, which was it was good, and I was able to develop my game, and I really loved it from the jumps, and I kind of just took off with it. So, take us through, Ethan, when offers started to come your way. Who was number one? We were talking to Eli. I'm trying to remember last week. We had Juju Gray on with us, and one of the first offers one of the guys has was Vanderbilt, funny enough. Who was your first FBS offer? My first offer was Vanderbilt. Okay. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And then, I had Virginia Tech, a couple of those schools, and then I ended up getting a couple offers from the SEC, Ole Miss, Kentucky, Tennessee. So, yeah, it was great. It was a great opportunity to be able to go visit these schools and, see what they have to offer. As we know, I ended up staying home, playing for Vanderbilt. Yep. But yeah, it was great. I definitely enjoyed it. Yeah. But it was stressful for sure. Okay. And Clark Lee, was he the coach there? Yes, sir. Beginning? Okay, yes, when you got there. So you hit the portal. Always like asking this question. The next stop. Right. Everybody wants playing time, and sometimes there's situations that things change when you commit somewhere, and that's okay too. When you wanted to put your name in the portal and find a new home, what were you looking for? Yeah, I was looking, to be able to fit into a scheme that was able to use my abilities, and I think Liberty does that in a fantastic job. Definitely love the Christ-centered aspect of the university. My faith is so important to me, so being able to be surrounded by that on a daily basis is a blessing. And then, obviously the culture. I love the coaches. Definitely has a family aspect to the team, which is great. So, joined by Ethan Crisp, Liberty linebacker. Liberty hosting James Madison on Saturday. I was talking to some of your defensive coaches, Josh Lynham, your position coach, and he was telling me there are certain packages for certain guys, and he's got some certain packages for you. And when they kind of build, maybe it's third down and long or something, when they build a package around you, that'd be kind of cool, isn't it? Yes, sir. Yes. How do those kind of work situationally, and when okay, this is going to be my time to go in and try to help this team out? Yeah, so kind of the packages that we're talking about, when the opposing offense wants to get in, a little bit of bigger personnel groupings, whether they bring in more running backs or more tight ends, wherever it might be, if it's short yardage, if it's middle of the field, first or second down, whatever it might be, they'll take a DB out and put me in, and a little bit of a bigger body to match the bigger bodies, which is nice. I'm able to fit in the run game physically and violently, which is good. And maybe I'm able to blitz too, cover tight ends and running backs. So how about wearing number 30? Yes, sir. When you got here, what number did you want that one, or is that just one they gave you? I mean, I didn't really have any specific number that I wanted, but yeah, they just ended up giving me 30, and I've just rocked with it ever since.
As I would say, it's a jersey.
Yeah.
If I get a jersey, I'll be happy with whatever number they give me.
Right.
All right, Ethan, how about pregame when you're getting hyped up to run through those gates? Take the fans inside of, okay, these are things I do to get ready for a game day.
Yeah, so it's very routine. They definitely have us on a scheduled routine the day before and the day of, and we get there, get settled into the locker room. I like to, get dressed pretty quick, come out to the field, take a little lap, get my legs warmed up, talk to the linebackers, maybe warm up with the linebackers some, and then, just get my mind right. I don't really listen to much music pregame.
Okay.
But, yeah, I just like to get my mind right, get my mind prepared for, going out there and, be able to take advantage of the opportunity and be able to play my best ball. So,
final thought here. Looking at your bio, you like to hunt?
Yes, sir.
In video games?
Yes, sir.
What's your favorite video game?
Call of Duty, probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how about hunting? When you go out hunting,
Yeah.
what do you like to hunt?
Yeah, so deer hunt.
Yeah.
I enjoy fishing too. So
okay.
Mainly deer. I've heard turkey.
Yeah. How about around the Lynchburg area? Where do you go fishing if you do, or do you go outside of town somewhere?
Smith Mountain Lake's good.
Oh, it's big time.
Smith Mountain Lake's
Where's Robert Goodman? Raise your hand, Robert. He's the best angler fisherman in this city. Y'all need to talk before y'all leave here tonight.
Great.
Y'all can swap some stories.
Yeah.
Ethan, appreciate you stopping on
Yes,
here
sir.
today.
For
Have
sure.
fun against JMU.
Yes,
Go
sir.
ball out, and we'll have
Thank
you on
you.
soon, okay?
For sure.
All right, Ethan Crisp, Liberty linebacker out of Mount Joliet, Tennessee, and appreciate him stopping by here tonight. We're not done with the student athletes. Trey Lawing is on deck. We're going to talk to Trey when we come back as our Liberty football show continues after this word from Van Wagner on the Liberty Flames Sports Network.
It's bow time. It's not just football season. It's tailgate season, and that includes every kind of football, whether it's got goalkeepers or goalposts. The kick is good! Because it doesn't matter where or how you tailgate. When you've got crispy chicken and fluffy buttermilk biscuits from Bojangles, your tailgate is better than great. It's legendary. Head to Bojangles and order your tailgate box with boldly seasoned chicken, fixins, biscuits, and legendary iced tea today. It's bow time.
At Carter Bank, we believe life is best lived full of opportunities and dreams, of goals achieved and promises kept. We've been creating opportunities for more people and businesses to prosper since 1974. That means great local lending, convenient access to your money, accounts and guidance that make it easier to get more done. We are Carter Bank, the preferred community bank of Liberty Flames Athletics. Visit carterbank.com to learn more. Member FDIC, Equal Opportunity Lender.
You're listening to the Liberty Flames Football Show, presented by Freedom First Credit Union on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
Thousands of our teammates make and deliver 300 of the world's best brands and flavors, locally. From the heartland to the coast, in big cities and small towns. Our products are moving, and our trucks are rolling. We share a passion and a purpose, and we love to refresh and serve our communities. We are Coca-Cola Consolidated, your local bottler.
What's important isn't that Freedom First has been in business since 1956. What's important is how we've been doing business since 1956. Since day one, we have been accountable to our members, not stockholders. We make loans that cost less, offer savings plans that pay more, and give back to our community, and that hasn't changed. What has changed is our ability to serve you with more locations and more technology to simplify your financial life. Freedom First. It's a place where anyone in our region can bank for good.
Hi, this is Alan York, asking you to join the team as a member of the Flames Club. As a Flames Club member, you can make a difference by directly contributing to the success of Liberty Athletics. The Flames Club's mission is to raise the financial support needed to provide our coaches and student athletes with the resources to compete for championships. Membership levels vary and begin at just $75. Some gifts may even be tax deductible. When you join the Flames Club, you're truly investing in champions and championships. Join today at libertyflamesclub.org.
Welcome back to the Liberty Flames Football Show presented by Freedom First Credit Union on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner. Have a question or comment for one of our guests? Email lfsn@liberty.edu or post a message at LFSN Radio on X, formerly known as Twitter. Now, once again, here's the voice of the Flames, Alan York.
All right, moving right along on this Thursday night as we talk Liberty Flames football. Our show presented by Freedom First Credit Union. Liberty coming up on Saturday. Yeah, you can give yourself a round of applause. We're here till 7:30. Liberty James Madison will renew the Battle for the Blue Ridge at 3:30 on Saturday. Big day on campus is planned. As early as the tailgates will let you in, bring your grill, your Blackstone, whatever, cook some eggs, and bring your lunch and tailgate all day long. At least that's what I would do if I could. But there's work to do on the field and the radio booth, and we look forward to it on Saturday. All right, we heard from Ethan Crisp. He's now enjoying some pizza right now. One of our student athletes, Players of the Week, and he's one of them. And let's bring in another Liberty Player of the Week, Trey Lawing from just up the road at Appomattox. Trey, how you doing here tonight? Good to have you on the radio with us.
I'm doing good.
All right.
Blessed to be here.
Blessed. You've got some special guests here. Tell us who came with you.
I got my mom, and then I got her best friend, Marie.
Marie, what's your mom's name?
Tamala Harris.
All right, Tamala. Hey there. Yeah, getting all the cameras and the videos and stuff for everybody back home. Trey, so good to have you on the radio here. You safety, 6 foot, 200 pounds. Are you still at 200? You around that weight right now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. From Appomattox, man, legendary program under Doug Smith at the time. Yep.
Yes,
and Doug played at Liberty, multiple state championships. How many did you win?
I won two. My
Two.
sophomore
and
and junior year.
Javon Scruggs played, before him. And we were talking earlier, you were an 8th grader?
8th grade.
And
when
he was a senior? I mean, legendary. What kind of player was he at Appomattox? What do you remember about Javon Scruggs, Trey?
He was a dog, man.
Yeah.
He just played the game at one speed for real. He always played fast, and he was a leader. He always had the team always on the same path.
Yep.
And then, I took after that, playing quarterback after him. So.
You played quarterback?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all through high school?
Yes, sir.
And safety as well, or
Yes, sir.
secondary?
Yes, sir.
Remember watching the football highlights with Dennis Carter on WSET? When Appomattox highlights would come on, he would always call you the Raiders for Chris Berman, who does ESPN NFL stuff. All right, now you're Liberty Flame. Take us through that story. How many schools did you have looking at you, and what made Liberty a good fit for you?
So going into my senior year, I had one offer. That was William & Mary.
Okay, the Tribe?
Yes,
Yep,
sir.
Yep.
And my first game of the season, I had tore my labrum on the first play of kickoff, actually.
Okay.
And after that, I really didn't talk to any college coaches. So
Got it.
I finally got a call where Freeze staff was here
Okay.
from Liberty, and they gave me a preferred walk-on.
Got
So
it.
I took that out. It's right up the road. My sister actually came to Liberty, so I knew about Liberty before.
Okay. What's her name?
Diamond Lawing.
Okay. And graduated from Liberty?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What is she doing now?
She's a special ed teacher in Appomattox.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Diamond, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Shout out to Diamond if you're tuning in tonight. She can watch the replay. We'll archive this when we're done.
Yes, sir.
So you come to Liberty, and I just told you during the commercial break, Trey wears number 38. I've watched you since you've been here. Trey only knows one speed, and it's full speed. You can't play football going half speed. And your relentlessness in the game of football, where does that come from?
It's just been with me all my life, for real, just watching the guys before me, and then just growing up with an older brother, for real. My older brother used to beat me up and pick on me all the time.
That happens. What's his name?
Xavier Lawing.
Okay. What's he doing now?
He works financial up here at a place somewhere in Lynchburg.
Okay, so he's around. You get to see him all the time, I'm sure. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And so you kind of learn from the older brother.
Yes,
and when I watch you, I just told you, I'll tell you, everybody, when I see you on kickoff team or whatever special teams, that's kind of where your focus is now, you're lighting people up, my man. When you collide, and you made a great hit, you made a couple of hits at Bowling Green, and you were just like, yes, let's special teams can be that catalyst to getting everybody in gear. Did you kind of feel that when you get in there?
Yes, sir. I just try to provide a spark. You know, that's what we say on special teams, provide a spark. You know, every time I get on the field, I just want to provide a spark, bring something different that the team don't see.
Yeah.
And I know my energy and the way I take the field, I feel like that can always play a big impact on our team, so I try to do that.
It certainly does. I remember watching, this was last year, and I didn't tell you this story during the commercial break. It was during the practice, and I was, funny enough, getting ready to talk to Kyle Krantz after that practice, just to kind of podcast interview. And he has a hand in the special teams, and I know Dylan Llewellyn does now, who played at Liberty. And it was a kickoff coverage. Okay, sometimes let's thud him up. There is no thudding up with Trey Lawing. And it's kind of like the movie Rudy. I'm not comparing you to Rudy, but Rudy went so hard to prepare the team for the game, and I know it's respected in that locker room. Do you feel that about your play?
Yes, sir. I mean, all my teammates respect me, and I just feel like, honestly, I feel like being with those guys, I couldn't be nobody else. It opened me up to be myself for real. Those guys allow me to be myself, and that's just who I am every day.
All right, we're joined by Trey Lawing, Liberty safety from Appomattox, not far from here. You said your mom is here. Does she get to all the home games? She come to the road games too when she can?
Yeah, when she can.
Okay.
I have a little brother, so when he ain't playing,
okay.
she come to
What's
my
his
weekend.
name?
Kingston.
Kingston.
Yes,
okay,
sir.
how old is he?
He's 10.
Okay,
Yes,
and he's wrecking shop in his games too, right?
Yes,
is
sir.
football his sport?
Yes, sir.
Okay, when are his games?
Saturday. He play on Saturday too. Normally it's a little bit earlier. So
you maybe get to see him sometimes play?
Nah, just on videos.
Video. Yep.
Yeah,
okay.
yes,
Joined by Trey Lawing. Who helped get you into football? We asked Ethan that question, had him on earlier. What are your early memories of getting into football?
Early memories for real was just watching my older brother play and just hit people for real. So I was like, man, I want to do that. And then
and I
just
get in trouble
young.
for it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Joined by Trey Lawing here today. At what point did the game start to become, okay, not just it's fun. I played it too, but maybe I can get to school, get a scholarship, get a preferred walk-on. When did that start to permeate in your mind?
So going into my freshman year of high school, Coach Smith actually had faith in me to play quarterback for real. So I started quarterback since the freshman year, and I just kept taking it serious for real. And my sophomore year and my junior year, we ended up winning states. And then that's when I was like, this is me.
Winning championships. You redshirted 2 years ago, Fiesta Bowl year.
Yes, sir.
You won a championship ring. I happened to win one in college. Fans could care less about my career. But when you win a championship, all the sprints, all the workouts, those hours mount up to hours and hours. But that moment in time, when that clock hits zero, you've won them in high school. You won a Conference USA championship. You give Chad Scott, your strength coach, probably the biggest hug. All those when you secure that championship, there is nothing like it. Take us into that moment for you. You've won a lot of them, and all the work that it takes to become a champion. It takes everybody on a team to make it work, support staff, academic, everybody. But winning championships, it keeps you going, doesn't it?
Yeah, first I just had to give the thanks to Jesus Christ for real, because without him, it wouldn't be possible.
Yes.
And then second off, I just think it's the brotherhood for real. When you win championships, you have to really be connected as a team for real. It's really hard to do. It's really hard to win games in general. So winning championships is really the brotherhood. You have to really be connected.
JMU Saturday. How many of those guys do you know personally? Do you have any friends on that team? At least friends now, but Saturday they won't be.
I really ain't got no friends on JMU anymore, but I know a couple guys from Virginia.
Yeah. Okay. Well, take us through this defense right now. And defense is playing really good football. And now JMU, you never know what quarterback they're going to put out there. They've got a couple that they rotate. Didn't go well for them at Louisville, but they've had a couple of weeks to prepare for it. So the game plan going into Saturday, Trey, give us an idea.
I just think our game plan is just keep playing the way we play, fast, physical, and with the effort that we play and together, and everything else will play out the way we want to play out.
Joined by Trey Lawing, Liberty safety. Off of the field, what does Trey Lawing like to do when you get a day away and home is not that far from here in Appomattox? So off the field, what's Trey Lawing about?
I got a little dog at the house, French bulldog, so I spend a lot of time with him. I like to play the game, And then when I get to see my family, I try to go see them as much.
So when you go home to Appomattox, and Mom is like, Trey, I'm cooking tonight. What do you want? What are you requesting from your mom?
My go-to is probably a steak and a sweet potato.
Can't beat it.
Can't beat it. And a salad.
Dessert-wise, you big dessert guy?
Yeah, I'm a big dessert guy. I like my sister banana pudding for real.
Banana pudding.
Yes, sir.
I like the kind of meeting room in the hotels on the road. You guys kind of leave me a cookie or two when it's all said and done. So that's kind of the snack around 9 o'clock. And there's an ice cream bar in there sometimes, which is really cool. All right, academic-wise, take us through the academics. What are you studying, intended major?
I'm studying interdisciplinary. I'm actually graduating in December, and I'm trying to start grad school after that.
That is the most important thing we talk about here, Trey, the academic piece of it. And it looks like you're ahead of schedule academically, which is awesome. And then some more football down the road. And I know you're kind of climbing that depth chart, but your role is a special teams kind of star right now. And, again, number 38, they're wearing the navy blue uniforms. The 38 will be easy to see. You haven't worn the new navies yet. So thread-wise, you excited to put those on Saturday?
Yeah, I'm excited to put them on. Excited to run down the field with it on.
Yeah. All right, number 38, real quick. How did you end up with that number? What did you wear in high school?
I wore 8 in high school for real.
Okay.
And then 38 was actually the first number that I had when I got here.
Right.
So 8 was always special for me, and I just kept 38. You know, I wanted to make a name with that number, so I just kept it.
Well, Trey, like I said, we appreciate your effort, what you're doing on this football team. It doesn't go lost on the fans here. Special teams is an important part, and you're climbing that defensive depth chart as well. So continue working hard. Academically, you're doing really well, and you've been great on the show here tonight. So thank you for stopping by, and thank you to your family for stopping by as well, and enjoy the rest of the night, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you for
Trey
having me.
Lawing from Appomattox on the show with us here tonight as we talk Liberty football, our show presented by Freedom First Credit Union. We'll take a timeout. We'll wrap things up with head coach Jamey Chadwell for a couple of minutes left here on the show after you hear this on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
Turn up the heat. Foster Fuels is a proud partner of Liberty Athletics. Foster has been fostering warm moments for 100 years. Headquartered in Brookneal, Virginia, Foster has been providing exceptional propane and gas services since 1921. Stop by one of our 6 showroom locations across Central Virginia to view our wide range of products. From propane to fireplaces and grills to tank installs and tankless water heaters, Foster has it all. Download our app or visit fosterfuels.com for more info.
Lynchburg Nissan's model year in sales event is on, and the savings are huge. Remaining 25 models are tariff-free and have 0% up to 60 months. Discounts up to $7,100 off MSRP, and new cars starting at $18,950. Lynchburg Nissan is ready to pay up to 130% of fair KBB for your trade, too. We also offer guaranteed credit approval. Inventory is limited and selling fast. Stop by or schedule your appointment at lynchburgnissan.com, home of the million-mile warranty.
You're listening to the Liberty Flames Football Show, presented by Freedom First Credit Union on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
Rogers Heating, Cooling, Electrical, and Plumbing. Your local HVAC experts. Online at callrogers.com.
The light from a star can take millions of years to reach Earth. So when you look at a star, you're looking back in time. But I see the future. I see exploration and courage. I see my country finding new horizons out there. And I see giant leaps making a comeback. I see myself. The future is where I'll make history.
This message is brought to you by the United States Space Force. More information is available at spaceforce.mil.
Thompson Brooks Insurance has been serving Virginia for over 35 years, helping individuals and businesses with their insurance and investment needs. The team at Thompson Brooks is experienced in understanding Medicare, retirement planning, life insurance, the healthcare marketplace, and group insurance benefits. Call Thompson Brooks Insurance at 434-385-8500 That's 434-385-8500 or visit them online at thompsonbrooksinsurance.com. Thompson Brooks Insurance, planning today for tomorrow.
Have you downloaded the Liberty Flames mobile app? If not, what are you waiting for? The Liberty Flames mobile app is your lifeline to Flames athletics. Get the latest news on your favorite teams. Find upcoming schedules. Buy and download tickets to the next game. Listen to podcasts and hear our online Liberty Flames Sports Network audio broadcasts.
Pass caught into the end zone. Light 'em up. Touchdown, Liberty.
It's all on the Liberty Flames mobile app. Download it for free from your mobile app store today. Welcome back to the Liberty Flames Football Show presented by Freedom First Credit Union on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner. Have a question or comment for one of our guests? Email lfsn@liberty.edu or post a message at LFSN Radio on X, formerly known as Twitter. Now, once again, here's the voice of the Flames, Alan York.
Final few minutes of our Liberty Football Show with head coach Jamey Chadwell. Liberty hosting James Madison coming up on Saturday at 3:30. Coach, news earlier in the week about the transfer portal and getting rid of the spring portal. Not quite official, but unofficial it is. Thumbs up with most coaches around the country to just have one portal, you think?
I would think so, just because I think people, team-wise, coaches-wise, would love to know who their team is, for a year. You know, we lose guys in January, bring guys in January, then you lose guys in spring and all that stuff. That's hard. It's a hard deal. And I think most people would agree they'd love to know who their team is and their teammates for 1 year at least. We'll see if it actually goes through or not. Yeah. There's a lot of different discrepancies. Now, if you ask the players, they'd probably be like, no, we want 2 of them, how that goes. But I think if we can get to that and get to 1, I think that would help maybe stabilize a little bit all the different turmoil that's been going on.
Trey Badowski, C.J. Bazell didn't play for you last week. Reese Smith went out a little bit, came back in. Injury-wise, how you looking for Saturday?
Yeah, I think Reese should be back and play, and those other guys will be game-time decisions from that standpoint there. And we need them, obviously both good players. We'd love to have them play. We'll just have to see what happens through tomorrow. Some of those things and not looking good, but you never know. Okay. We're a little banged up from certain things.
Every team is,
and you just you gotta you hope that they can get healthy and get back in a week. We'll just have to see.
I've seen some banner back and forth across the country about cheering and when to cheer, when not to. What is your take on home game? I'm like, cheer the whole game, but what do coaches think? Home, offense, defense, or
you want as a coach, you want when our defense is out there, you want it to be as loud as possible, all the time.
You're right.
When our offense is out there, you want it to be like quiet as a church mouse, because you want to make sure that make sure you can make your checks and all those different things, right? That's ideally, which is what you'd love to have. Now, whether that happens or not, I don't know that. But that would be, because if you go on the road, if you notice when we're on the road, every time we're on offense, it's as loud as
it is. Yeah.
And when the other opposing team's on there, it's not near as much, right? Yeah. So you want to cheer loud when your defense is out there and make it as hard as possible on the offense to communicate. Offense is all predicated on communicating. And if you can make it challenging, if you can make it loud and make it hard, and whether that's a false start or some of those things, that adds up.
I posted a comment from JMU earlier this week. One of their offensive linemen said they went to Louisville 2 weeks ago, and the linemen could not hear. Again, that was 60,000 people, but Williams Stadium gets as loud as it is around the country. I don't care the capacity-wise. And I made a comment like, fans make the biggest difference in games. I don't care, like home way, like they can be a factor, and they are just as important as the 3 phases of a football game.
That's why they say it's home field advantage.
That's it.
It's not because you're necessarily playing at home. It's because your fans, they make it loud. They make it a hard place to play.
Yeah.
Our fans, our students, they're awesome. And they do make it a challenging place to play, and we're going to need them to be at their best Saturday.
Well, Coach, appreciate your time here tonight. We already talked about JMU at the beginning of the broadcast. You got some birthday candles to blow out with your wife, Solmaz. Thanks for coming out. Happy birthday again to Miss Chadwell coming out and the family as well. have fun on Saturday. We'll be there with you, and go Flames.
Flames.
Flames. That's head coach Jamey Chadwell here tonight. Our show presented by Freedom First Credit Union. I want to thank Cody and Jamey for their production help, and all of our fans here at Mellow Mushroom. Great show, and we'll be right back here next week as we preview Old Dominion. But first off, Liberty JMU, 3:30 Saturday, battle for the Blue Ridge. Be early, wear your red, be loud, and we'll see you Saturday. For the coach, I'm Alan York. Have a great rest of your week. Go Flames.
You've been listening to the Liberty Flames Football Show on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner. The Liberty Football Show was presented by Freedom First Credit Union. Start banking with Freedom First today. The Liberty Football Show was also brought to you by Bojangles' famous chicken and biscuits. It's Bo time. Carter Bank. Life lived full. Coca-Cola. Taste the feeling. By Foster Fuels, providing reliable service for 100 years. Lynchburg Nissan, nobody beats our prices, nobody. Rogers Heating and Cooling, servicing Greater Lynchburg's HVAC and electrical needs. Thompson Brooks Insurance, planning today for tomorrow. And by the United States Space Force. The Liberty Flames Football Show, presented by Freedom First Credit Union, has been an exclusive presentation of the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.